Welcome to part 2. We're going to use base 10 blocks in order to explore decimals and place value as they relate to decimals. You can use actual base 10 blocks if you have them, and you will need ones, tens, and 100s. If you don't have access to base 10 blocks, you can use the printable versions, and you can download a copy of those in the descriptor of the video. You can print them in black and white, or you can print them in color, it doesn't matter. Or you can use virtual base 10 blocks. Now, base 10 blocks can be used to represent any number. We are so used to the 1 being valued at 1, which makes the 10 being valued at 10 because it's 10 times the number of blocks as the 1. And we're used to the 100 having a value of 100 because it is 100 times the blocks that are in the 1. But in reality, we can actually name those blocks anything that we want. So instead of this being valued at 100, we're going to make this whole thing 1. So if that whole thing is 1, what would 2 look like? This would be 2. 1, 2. How many of these do you need to make the whole? Well, you need 10 of them to make the whole. But how many do I actually have on the screen right now? Well, I have 1 of them. And I have 1 out of the 10 I need to make the whole thing. We can write that as 1/10. Use your base 10 blocks to represent 3 1/10ths. There's 3 1/10ths. We have 3 out of the 10 we need to make the whole 1. We can represent that as 3 out of the 10 we need to make the whole thing. Now display 5/10ths. Here's 5/10ths. So we have 5 out of the 10 that we need to make the 1. And we can represent that as 5 out of the 10. What would 12/10ths look like? Well, there's 12/10ths. So we have 12 out of the 10 that we need to make 1. And we could represent that as 12 out of the 10. Now, how many tenths do I need to make a whole? I need 10 tenths to make a whole. So if 10 tenths equals 1 whole, how much do I have? I have 10 tenths and I have 2 tenths. So I could refer to this as 1 and 2 tenths. So take some time working with the tenths to play with building a variety of numbers. And we'll see you in the next video.